Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes.
Emily can come into Judge David Trimmer's courtroom in Fairfield County Municipal Court now and joke about her golf game, but it was a different story 3 years ago.
Just didn't have a care for anything in the world, really. Just only cared about drugs. I didn't even care about myself. Didn't care about what I was doing to myself, who I was hurting, anything.
Emily was addicted to heroin. Faced with going to jail for probation violations, she opted for the Fresh Start Drug Court program. Drug-addicted misdemeanor offenders who are selected can avoid jail time if they follow the 4-phased program. It includes random drug testing, required individual and group session drug counseling, and weekly face-to-face meetings with Judge Trimmer for a status review hearing.
We bring these people in with welcome arms. They have to want it, though. And some of them simply say they want it so that they can avoid substantial jail time. And we obviously sift through that. We're not going to allow our program to be used. It's a respected program.
The program started in 2007 after Judge Trimmer noticed a sudden rise in the number of repeat offenders with heroin and other opiate addictions. With overcrowded jails and a highly addictive drug taking hold in his community, he decided there had to be an alternative.
So where a person could be revoked and serve a substantial amount of jail, now there's an alternative. And the alternative is becoming a participant of the Fresh Start program and to start walking a new kind of life.
To help drug court participants achieve that new life, Judge Trimmer is joined on a treatment team by a drug court coordinator, a probation officer, a drug counselor, a defense attorney, and a prosecutor. It's a coordinated effort to hold the participants accountable for their treatment and recovery. Jennifer is new to Fresh Start and is ready to turn her life around.
It's odd to say, but you feel welcome right when you come in the courtroom. I'm standing tall with my head held high, knowing that I'm in the right place at the right time. And I think having all of their support and the discipline as well, I know I'll succeed.
30% of the participants will go on to graduate, with about 65% maintaining sobriety a year after graduation.
We recognize that even if you've graduated from the program, that life doesn't automatically become easy. Life is still a challenge. Some of those individuals, while they did relapse, while they did pick up another criminal charge, they have gone back to using their tools, and they are doing pretty well with their life and their lifestyle.
Emily knows it's a struggle every day to stay clean, but it's worth it to her.
It's nice to have my family and the people I care about back, because I didn't have that before.
Because the drugs?
The drugs, yeah, tore everything apart.
With a drug court program, she and others are getting a fresh start in life. Ohio's response to the devastating effects of opiate abuse continued on June 30th as more than 800 state and local leaders came together to learn about promising judicial practices and options for treatment, including medication-assisted treatment. Judges from 83 Ohio counties and their community partners attended the Ohio Judicial Symposium on Opiate Addiction, presented in part by the Ohio Supreme Court.
As a former prosecutor and trial judge, I understand that drug addiction is a social ill that requires a multifaceted solution that includes tough law enforcement as well as treatment and community action.
Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor opened the symposium, which also included Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine and Governor John Kasich. Attendees also heard from addiction experts and a panel of judges running successful specialty dockets on drug abuse. County teams developed action plans to ensure that nonviolent offenders with opiate addiction receive appropriate judicial and clinical interventions and recovery support services. Teams will be invited to share their experiences as part of the Supreme Court's annual Drug Court Conference in November.
After a 15-year career, the programs director for the Ohio Center for Law-Related Education retired on June 30th. Jared Reitz had led statewide efforts to enhance civics education among Ohio students since 1999. During his tenure at OCLRE, Reitz helped develop the middle school mock trial program and expand the We the People program to elementary and middle school students. He also oversaw OCLRE's professional programs and developed curriculum for Ohio schools. Reitz started at the nonprofit OCLRE after 30 years as a social studies teacher in Piqua City schools.
That's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts.